In the cold darkness of a cave, a handprint waits, silent, ancient, and full of mystery. It was made by someone who lived over 35,000 years ago. These caves in northern Spain are filled with beautiful paintings of animals like deer, bison, and horses. They are some of the oldest human artworks ever found. Made with natural colors and charcoal, these pictures are more than just drawings. They may show early humans' beliefs, fears, or hopes for survival. One painting shows a running horse with careful detail. The lines are smooth, the shape strong. It feels almost alive, even after so many thousands of years. Why did these people draw animals inside dark caves they could barely see in? Was it for magic, memory, prayer, or something else we don't yet know? These questions bring us closer to people long gone. What did they feel? What did they dream? Their art speaks, thousands of years later, across time. When we look at these cave walls, we don't just see animals. We see emotion, effort, and skill. We see people who tried to make sense of their world. These early artists had no cities, no writing, no machines. Still, they made art that touches our hearts today with its beauty, silence, and meaning. Standing in these caves can feel like hearing the first whisper from the long history of Spain. A whisper carved in stone and shadow, waiting to be heard. As time moved forward from cave paintings, new people arrived in Spain. The Iberians were among the earliest groups. They lived along the eastern and southern coasts. These people were strong warriors and skilled workers with metal. They also made their own alphabet and took part in unusual rituals with animals like pigs. Another group, the Celts, came from the north and mixed with the Iberians. Together they became the Celtiberians, creating a brave and rich culture. The Celtiberians loved their traditions. They followed rules of honor and loyalty between tribes. Many stories from this time were passed down by speaking, not writing. While this culture grew inland, traders from far away started arriving. The Phoenicians were sea people who set up early trading cities along the coast of Spain. The Phoenicians brought new skills like city building, trading with silver, and writing. They also helped shape early roads and ways people lived in towns. Not long after, the Greeks also settled on the Spanish coast. They started cities like Emporion, which became busy centers for trade, learning, and new ideas. With both Greeks and Phoenicians in Spain, the local cultures started to change. People began using coins, better tools, and written language in daily life. These changes helped connect Spain to wider parts of the world. It became a place where trade, stories, and customs mixed and grew stronger over time. After the Phoenicians and Greeks, a powerful new force entered Spain, Carthage. Located in North Africa, Carthage wanted Spain's silver, food, and soldiers. Hamilcar Barca led Carthage's expansion in Spain. He raised his son Hannibal to hate Rome, which had become Carthage's main enemy after earlier wars. Hannibal later crossed the Alps into Italy with thousands of soldiers and war elephants. His plan shocked Rome and made him a legend in military history. Although Hannibal won big battles, he did not defeat Rome. In the end, Rome took control of the Spanish lands once ruled by Carthage. The Romans changed Spain forever. They built roads and cities and brought law, language, and new ways of life. Spain became known as Hispania. Two Roman emperors, Trajan and Hadrian, were born in Spain. Later, Theodosius made Christianity the empire's official religion, starting many changes. Christian stories say Apostle James came to Spain. He was buried in Santiago de Compostela, which became a famous place for visitors on foot. Santiago, the name for Saint James in Spanish, became the patron saint of Spain. His name is still celebrated in cities and churches across the country. These early Christian roots became a deep part of Spain's story, shaping its beliefs and uniting many people under one faith for centuries. After centuries of Roman rule, the Visigoths took control of Spain. They made their capital in Toledo and slowly became defenders of Catholic Christianity. The Visigoths were experts in working with gold. They made crowns, pins, and other fine objects that showed their skill and love for beauty and religion. But in 711, new forces came. Muslim armies from North Africa sailed across the sea and quickly took over most of the Iberian Peninsula within a few years. The Muslim leaders created a strong and rich society. They let Jews and Christians live in peace, but they had to pay extra taxes and follow special rules. In the city of Córdoba, the Muslim rulers made one of the most advanced cultures in Europe. Art, science, and books were all highly important there. Córdoba became famous for its large library, smart doctors, and skilled builders. Its streets were well lit and clean, giving the city great pride and comfort. The Muslim culture in Spain created beautiful buildings such as mosques and palaces. These showed designs filled with colors, shapes, and balance. However, not all rulers were kind. Some Islamic groups became stricter with laws and treated non-Muslims more harshly than before. This led to unrest in some areas. Many Christians in the north started to resist the rule of these stricter leaders and pushed back with small attacks. In the mountains of northern Spain, Christian groups stayed free from Muslim rule. They protected their land and ways of life with strength and faith. Kingdoms like Asturias, Leon, and Aragon began to grow. They worked together with other Christian forces to take back land from the Moors. The Christian resistance was not just about fighting. They also built churches, started new towns, and found heroes to inspire future generations. From the high mountains of the north, Christian forces marched south over many centuries. This long fight to take back the land was called the Reconquista. The Reconquista was not one single war. It included many smaller battles and campaigns. Kingdoms joined forces, moved slowly, and took cities one by one. The Christians believed they were restoring their faith and culture. They built churches and towns as they advanced, bringing a different way of life with them. One famous warrior from this time was El Cid, also known as Rodrigo Díaz de Vivar. He became a hero in stories for his courage and clever battle plans. El Cid fought for both Muslims and Christians at times. He was respected by many for his strong leadership and became a symbol of honor and action. Even today, his legend lives on in books, statues, and tales. His life shows that the time of the Reconquista was complex, with changing friends and enemies. By the 1200s, most of Spain was under Christian rule again. Only the small Muslim kingdom of Granada remained in the south for over 200 more years. The Alhambra Palace was built in Granada during this time. This amazing building with detailed art and gardens remains a famous treasure of Spain today. As Christian power grew, pressure on Granada increased. Still, Muslim culture in the city stayed alive through its art, music, and science for many years. In 1469, the marriage of Isabella of Castile and Ferdinand of Aragon united two powerful kingdoms and soon made Spain a strong and united country. Together, they planned the final step of the Reconquista. In 1492, their army entered Granada and ended Muslim rule in Spain after almost 800 years. The victory was followed by harsh actions. Many Jews were given a choice: convert to Christianity or leave. This marked the start of great suffering. The Catholic monarchs started the Spanish Inquisition in the same year. Its goal was to find and punish people who did not follow the church rules. The Inquisition used fear, prison, and even torture to control belief. Many people suffered, including former Jews and Muslims who had converted. This dark time in Spanish history showed how faith and power could mix in dangerous ways. It also caused many talented people to flee the country. After the fall of Granada in 1492, Spain turned its eyes beyond Europe. The Catholic monarchs funded Christopher Columbus to search for a new path to Asia by sea. Instead of Asia, Columbus reached the Americas. His journey opened a new age of discovery. Spain began claiming large parts of the New World for its empire. As explorers arrived, they took land, gold, and power. Many native people suffered from war, disease, and loss of freedom under Spanish colonization efforts. Spanish conquerors, like Hernán Cortés and Francisco Pizarro, defeated large empires such as the Aztecs and Incas, taking control with weapons and strong armies. This gave Spain great riches. Ships brought gold and silver back to Europe. These riches helped Spain grow stronger, but also led to more wars and enemies. Many missionaries went with the Spanish. They wanted to spread the Christian faith, build churches, and change how native people lived and believed. At the same time, Spain was entering its golden age. Writers, painters, and builders created great works that would be loved for hundreds of years. Miguel de Cervantes became famous for his book Don Quixote. It told the story of a man who dreamed of being a knight. It mixed humor and sadness with deep meaning. Artists like Velázquez and El Greco made powerful images of kings, saints, and ordinary people. Their work showed both beauty and feeling in every corner. Even with great art and riches, problems grew. Spain spent too much money on war and had trouble ruling its faraway colonies in an organized way. Other countries like Britain and the Netherlands became stronger at sea. They took more trade and land, leaving Spain slowly falling behind in power. Inside Spain, unfair laws and old ways made life hard for many people. These cracks under the golden surface would one day lead to deeper change. After centuries of empire and change, danger came again to Spain. In the early 1800s, Napoleon's army from France invaded, starting a cruel and violent war. Spanish people of all classes resisted with bravery. Farmers, city workers, and fighters used special surprise attacks to fight back in what became a national struggle. Though Spain pushed out the French, the effects were deep. At the same time, its colonies in Latin America also began to fight for their own independence and freedom. After losing many of its colonies, Spain became weaker. In 1898, after a war with the United States, it lost Cuba, Puerto Rico, and the Philippines forever. That loss caused shame and sadness across the country. At home, people were divided on how to fix Spain. Some wanted tradition, others wanted new laws and ideas. In the years that followed, protests, strikes, and changes grew. Spain became a republic in 1931, but peace did not last, and fighting between groups began again soon. In 1936, these tensions turned into a civil war. The Spanish Civil War was a terrible event full of blood, bombs, and broken cities that divided families and friends. General Francisco Franco led one side called the Nationalists. After 3 years of battles, Franco won and ruled as a dictator until his death nearly 40 years later. During his rule, people had little freedom. Books were banned, newspapers were controlled, and those who spoke out could be jailed, or worse. Even under Franco, Spain started growing fast. New factories opened, tourists arrived, and the economy improved. People called this sudden growth the Spanish miracle. When Franco died in 1975, Spain began a new path. A king, Juan Carlos I, helped start a democracy where people could vote and speak freely again. Spain soon joined NATO and the European Union. It took its place in modern Europe and became more open to the world through travel, art, and politics. Still, modern Spain faces serious problems. After the 2008 global money crisis, jobs became harder to find, and many young people had to leave for work. At the same time, some regions tried to break away. Catalonia held a vote to become independent, but the main government said the vote was illegal. This issue has not been solved. Many in Catalonia wish for more control or separation, but others believe Spain must remain one strong and united country. Spain's long and colorful past has helped shape much of the modern world. Its art, language, food, and music continue to influence people in many countries today. Spanish is one of the most spoken languages, used by millions across South America, Central America, and parts of the United States, as well as in Spain itself. From exciting sports players to film, dance, and fashion, Spain's culture is a powerful force. It mixes deep history with new ideas people enjoy around the world. Looking back at Spain's history helps us understand the present. From cave artists to modern scientists, Spain's story is full of important lessons. It shows how different cultures can meet and change one another. It also teaches how power, belief, and struggle can shape a country and its future. By remembering Spain's many pasts, both dark and bright, we learn how to face today's world with more knowledge, respect, and hope for the years ahead. Spain's cities today tell the story of old and new working together. Old castles sit beside glass buildings. Ancient roads cross busy streets with modern cars. People celebrate traditions like flamenco and bull festivals, while also loving new forms like pop music and digital art. It's a country of strong roots and bold dreams, Young people travel abroad to study and work, but many return with ideas to help Spain grow. Their connection to the past helps lead the future toward change. Even with past struggles, Spain stands strong in Europe today. It takes part in many world groups and supports peace, human rights, and knowledge. Spain works with other nations on science, climate, and health problems. It offers ideas, helps in global talks, and supports unity across different countries. As global problems continue, Spain's experience and voice are more important than ever, making sure the world hears both wisdom and kindness. In every stone wall and spoken word, Spain carries its history with pride. Its journey through time is filled with battles, art, people, and great stories. The good and the bad parts are all part of one larger truth. Spain has changed and grown, always shaped by the people who lived and dreamed in it. That's why Spain still matters, not only for what it was, but for what it continues to be. A land of memory, motion, and meaning shared with the world.